My name is Alex Gray, and I'm a painter and a mystic. I try to find the core truths in all the different wisdom traditions and bring them into a contemporary sacred art. My paintings start with a vision. How does one see a vision? There are certain moments that seem to crystallize some kind of teaching or truth that then I attempt to bring into form. Just as I imagine musicians hear music constantly in their heads, painters see visions. The painting Gaia was based on a vision that I had the day that our daughter Xena was born. And it was both a hopeful and terrifying vision. It was painted in 1989 and published subsequently in a book, 1990. And after 9/11, some people sent me a picture of a portion of this painting that I had forgotten completely about. But it had two airplanes and the Twin Towers and a fellow that looked ominously like George Bush, surrounded by a dick and what could be a terrorist. The visions that I've had led me to interpret reality as having a sacred dimension. There can be a higher possibility that art can reach for, because art seems like it's intended for communication. It's a form of language. The painting Theologue was based on a profound meditation experience that I had, where I was staring into deep space and the electrical perspective grid that seemed to span infinitely in all directions. It gave me an insight into our minds, in that that's what we do all the time. We're projecting the space that we're surrounded by. There is no out there. It's an experience of the consciousness that we create with our brains and minds. Every culture creates certain insights that are embedded into its artworks. And these are shared with the next generation and the next generation. This is the Sacred Mirror series. There's 21 paintings. They go through the body, mind, and spirit of an individual. There's the possibility that art can plant a seed for our future liberation. So in the context of the Sacred Mirrors, it's asking us to, yes, we notice our differences, but can we see ourselves reflected in others as well? I heard a voice tell me that the Chapel of Sacred Mirrors is a womb for the gestation of the awakening human spirit. The portrait of the Buddha is really a mirror of your own enlightenment. And so in that way, it's looking at human potential. And because I am aiming at a sacred dimension, I'm wanting the person to be able to mirror their own sacred dimension through viewing the artwork. From the beginning of the cave painting through today, creativity has been part of every sacred tradition.
The language of creativity, the sacred language of creativity that we all share.
We try and make imagery that's relevant to everyone at any age, not about the marketplace, but about what we hold sacred. Help us envision a new kind of art and architecture.
Imagine a building that's a sculpture, and you take a journey through art Entheon will be a sanctuary of visionary art, a destination open to the public year-round.
Entheon will be a place to discover the creator within. Paintings in the Cosm collection offer devotional portrayals of the universal human journey from birth to death and beyond, with love, family, enlightenment, and eco-consciousness as the unfolding iconic narrative. Cosm found exquisite land conveniently located near New York City. The Visionary Art Sanctuary has been in development for 2 years. Town planners have now approved the building of Entheon. The bank believes in our project and has offered a construction loan. But this will not be enough to cover the entire expense of transforming an 1882 carriage house into an inspiring visionary art experience.
We're closer than we've ever been, but to manifest this vision, we need your help.
Watch our Kickstarter as we move toward building Entheon. We'll be creating a personal video blog from the road as we visit many amazing locations and meet with the global community that's realizing this vision. It's kind of like a collective art energy, and that can do extraordinary things.
Entheon is a destination where you can be uplifted.
Thank you to everybody who is giving to this project to help build Entheon. Keep a watch on us. Imagine visiting Entheon, a mind-blowing sculptural building 3 stories high, a visionary art sanctuary, and permanent exhibition for the sacred mirrors. COSM stands for Chapel of Sacred Mirrors. It's an art retreat center in the Hudson Valley, and that's where we're building Entheon.
Entheon will be a visionary art sanctuary exhibiting the finest work of the visionary art movement. Over 50 of Alex's masterworks will be on display, and precious original paintings and drawings by the most accomplished artists of the worldwide visionary art movement.
This Kickstarter can help us complete the building, install the artwork, and we will begin the sculptural exterior. Entheon means a place to discover the creator within. In 2013, the Entheon project shot forward when we launched our first Kickstarter.
Thanks to the outstanding support of 1,510 backers, we hired architects and engineers and began transforming Cosm's 1882 carriage house into a 12,000 square foot, 3-story experience of visionary art.
This is Entheon, our sanctuary of visionary art at Cosm, and we are so grateful that you have made it possible to get this far. Our first Kickstarter got us from the idea phase to the construction site.
The walls are up and the roof is on.
The interior work is underway.
Now it's time to complete the build and start creating the sculptural features to make Entheon an inspiring pilgrimage place.
For the past 7 years, the Cosm collection has been in storage and awaiting the moment when it can come back on view. Visionary art is a new kind of sacred art, and so it deserves a new kind of sacred space. By surrounding the entire building with one giant Godhead of many faces, Entheon affirms the unity of all wisdom paths. Alison Gray's secret writing symbolizes the unpronounceable language of creative expression.
The many eyes on the roof represent higher consciousness. Emerging from the angels of the 4 directions, DNA dragons of consciousness evolution ascend to the steeplehead, the One. The Entheon portal will lead to the first gallery featuring the finest original work by visionary artists from around the world.
Like kissing, copulating, pregnancy, birth, nursing, all on a wall. We're closer than we've ever been. We anticipate the opening to be in 2017, if everything goes well. And that's why we need your help.